documentary to theatre, into a feature film. I would like to think pretty exciting rather than just nerve-wracking.
Thrilling. I mean, absolutely thrilling. Of course, terrifying as hell, all the things that you expect to go along with that, but thrilling. And just to get to share this story, you know, this Jamie's story, Jamie's courageous, ordinary, because he sees it as no big act, ordinary, beautiful, simple story with the world, you know. It is amazing.
This is your last careers lesson. So does anyone have a realistic career plan? Tyson, Denzel, what about you?
YouTubers.
I keep telling you all, you gotta keep things real. Jamie. Jamie New.
Me?
What do you want to be?
A performer.
The original Jamie looked so gorgeous. Said, I can't get over this. This makes no sense to me that my little stories inspired all of this, and it's still, which sounds insane.
But actually it's not, because he's an ordinary 16-year-old lad. The fact that he's into drag doesn't make him extraordinary. It just makes that's his joy, and we all find our joy in different places. Some kids want to play football, kids want to be lawyers, some kids want to do all sorts of, want to be artists, paint. That's their joy. It's the fact that it's somehow made extraordinary because it's drag. It's not. He sees it as just an extension of himself and something beautiful. And hopefully what this film does, or this story does, is just find your own joy, and hopefully for people around it, create safe space in which you can do that.
For a minute there, I had such high hopes for you.
Sometimes, you know, we can all get so caught up with, especially right now in the time that we're living in, and it is really important to be aware, self-aware, you know, diversity, inclusion, all of these conversations that we have all the time. But what I loved about this film was it didn't feel preachy, it didn't feel like finger poking. It was actually, like you said, these are universal subject matters, but we make them into big deals when it's a marginalised group of some sort.
I was so not wanting to flag wave. I wanted to be sincere and honest to the simple, honest story. You know, and this word inclusive is a really important word, but it's not a word I use for this. I use reflective. I don't have to include anybody. I just reflect the world that we exist in, that we all live in. It's not about having to include. It's about just going, this is our world. This is how glorious and beautiful and diverse it is.
If Jamie wants to come to prom, he comes dressed just like all the other boys.
You are a freak.
They made me feel so ugly. I'm scared.
You can't just be a boy in a dress, Jamie. A boy in a dress is something to be laughed at.
Boys, girls, non-binary people, trans people, they find themselves straight, old, gay, whatever they are, however they want to identify, some bit of them finds a bit of Jamie in themselves.
Do you know what's interesting as well, and I mentioned this to Shobna, it was really nice to see the generational thing as well, because, you know, we've had so many greats that we've watched on TV growing up, and Sarah, Shobna, Richard, amongst this brand new, fresh new talent. I don't think we see that a lot, you know, in British film or TV, really, when the coming together of like people we've grown up with new talent. And I love that. It was also like paying respect to those people that have opened the doors.
Absolutely, because those actors, Richard, Shobna, Sharon, Sarah, you know, Adil, you know, are so deeply established, so part of us, our world that we know. And then to bring these young, sorry, I've got something flying, to bring these young people, mostly, nearly all of them had done nothing before. Max, this was his first ever thing he'd ever done professionally at all. Same with Lauren, you know, she'd done nothing. And most of those young people, what we call our year 11, were fresh from school, you know, and to bring those together and give them that experience, and not just give them experience, they give us their experience.
You remember when we was little and we used to play dress up? Well, for me, that's a game I don't want to stop playing.
I'm done with this. I wanted a son so badly. I got you.
What I saw on the carpet, the pink carpet, is actually a reflection of, honestly, this family that you've all become.
we have become family. It was important to me. Dan, Tom and I, who created it together, Dan Gillespie Sells, Tom McRae and myself, we found each other. You know, we didn't know each other right at the very beginning. We found each other. We found commonality in each other. And we're all different. We're very different personalities, but we knew what we had in common. And it feels like Jamie has just attracted people who find that commonality. And we do call it family. We call it the Jamie family. And it extends not just, you know, to the people who've been literally a part of it in the stage or on it extends to everybody, you know, who just join in, you know. And I think this family's about to get a bit bigger on Friday.
I think it has. Yesterday, I felt like an honorary member of the family because
You are. You're not honorary, you're in it.
Thanks. The energy, you guys. Oh my God, it's so infectious.
So, why do you want to be on the stage?
I want to be a drag queen because it's all I ever dream of. And when I close my eyes, it's all I can see.
If Jamie wants to come to prom, he comes just like all the other boys.
You are a freak. They made me feel so ugly. I'm scared.
You can't just be a boy in a dress, Jamie. A boy in a dress is something to be laughed at. A drag queen should be feared. You won't believe the power it gives you.
I don't just want to be one. I have to be one.
And Richard, you know, it's gone through such a difficult time, and the fact that he wanted to be there also, it just again touched me, like the importance of that film and having him there.
Richard is the most beautiful man. He's the most glorious actor because he gives of himself and all his skill, but he gives of his deep humanity. And I watched Richard embrace this story from the very beginning. I watched him look after Max on set, and in no patronizing way. No, I know how to do this, young boy. You follow my example. We watched Max, he observed Max, he listened to Max, he followed him, he looked after him at every stage. And for Richard to come yesterday was incredibly moving for him and for me. And it didn't surprise me in some ways because Richard has such spirit, you know, and he knows the continuation of story is really important. And now his story continues, and he carries his story, and he carries his love, and he carries his passion with him, and he takes that forwards. And at the moment, that I'm sure for him, that's accompanied by a great sense of loss. But the continuation of joy is really important to Richard as well. And I know that will be really important to Joan.
Yeah, and I think it's like, honestly, I felt that energy yesterday, and watching that film, I think everybody needs to watch it because we needed it. We didn't even know we needed it till we watched it, you know? And it was just so what I needed. But I also thought the music, Dan, I mean, I don't get to talk to him, but please tell him from me, absolutely beautiful job. That number with Richard and Max, yeah, like, oh my God, so emotional.
It's This Was Me was really powerful for us all because we lived during that time, you know, and we wanted to create a classic song from that generation. You know, we had Holly Johnson singing it, you know, so that takes us all the way back to that time, our time, because that was our generation, you know. And to bring this new song into the story felt so important to us, you know. It was, and to tell that generational story, to pass on that story is vital.
Well, Jonathan, you all rock. Please tell the cast and the crew, everybody we didn't get to talk to, thank you so much. This bundle of joy is out on Friday, so good luck with it, and thank you for taking time out today.
Thank you, my love. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be.
You are the bravest person I know. You're like Beyonce.
No.